everyone. I hope everyone is doing good today. Ooh. Okay. Ooh. Alright, so let me get this pin going so you guys know what I'm talking about today. Okay. Hey. Give me a second. Let me just pin this. Hold on. Give me 1 second, Shane. I'm coming. Woo. Whew. Let me find these flags. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my connection.
Live? You good?
Oh,
Good?
I'm good?
Alright, we're good.
What's up?
Yo, first off, I don't know when's the last time I saw you. Like, I can't remember.
Probably like years ago.
I want to say, like, four?
I was going to say that too, like 3-4 years. Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah, it's been very, very long. Okay, let's go. I'm excited. I read the questions, but I didn't memorize it because I just wanted it to come out naturally.
You don't have to memorize it. I'm not expecting
all right, cool. Because I read through it. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go. So, we got a joiner. Who's that? Hey, how you doing, girl?
This is my friend.
How you doing, friend?
Hey, amor.
How you doing?
Don't worry, more people are gonna join in. So,
okay.
All right. So let's just start off with your name, of course. What's your name? What country you're repping, and where you grew up, and also if you're a creative, can you let us know what you do as a creative or entrepreneur?
So my name is Ross, right? My name is Ross. I'm from St. Lucia. I'm from the Bronx. I was a creative at one point. Like, I was doing a rapping thing. Like, you know, every nigga wanted to rap and stuff like that. So I was rapping. I did the whole clothes, fashion thing, like throwing parties with my friends, whatever the case may be. But as I got older, I got more into like the business side of things. So now I have like a couple business ventures that I'm trying to have take place right now. That's what I'm doing.
Okay, cool.
Oh, my son Wanzi. Right. Woo. Wanzi.
And we also have another St. Lucian in here.
Oh, did I ask?
So, his name is Call Me Shep.
Oh, that dude right there?
Yeah.
Thumbs up. Yo,
hey,
where you from? Woyoy, wam today.
He went in. All right, so we have an hour, so I'm just going to get through the questions. And of course, at the end, I'm going to open it up for everybody to just ask questions and engage. So yeah, let's go.
Okay.
All right, first question. I like to mentally check in with all my interviewees. So how have you been during the pandemic? Like, how has it impacted you emotionally, creatively, all these things?
Honestly, I've had a great summer. Like, I've been outside every day from March till now. Like, I've been perfectly fine. Thank God. But I've been having a blast.
Of course.
Like, it hasn't really affected me that much, to be honest. Like everybody else, I don't know. I got sick for like 3 weeks prior to the pandemic happening, but I've been outside every day.
You said I've been outside. You've been making moves since the summer started?
Outside is still open, so I'm outside. Like, beach, pool party, all of that. So, what about you?
So
you
no
good?
pandemic is stopping you?
Nah, unless I'm dead. That doesn't stop me. Nah, I'm sorry.
We don't want that. All right.
What about you, though? You good? You all right?
What happened?
I said, what about you, though? You good? You all right? You chilling?
I've been good, yeah. Like, of course, you have your waves. Like, emotion comes in waves, but you learn to deal with it. You learn to get through it. So I'm still living. I'm still alive, and I'm happy for that. So
All right, let's go.
yeah,
Let's get
let's
to the fun
go.
part.
Let's get to what we really came here for. So
All right.
I don't really know much about St. Lucia, so this is really like a history
First of all,
lesson
I got
for
a
me.
question. Not to cut you off, right? Is it true
Go
that
ahead.
Jamaicans don't like St. Lucians? Because that's what I was told many times.
No, I don't think that's a thing.
I've heard that. I literally heard that like so many times. Like, y'all don't like Lucians. I don't know why. Like,
Okay, so people say Jamaicans don't like Trinidadians, Jamaicans don't like Antiguans, Jamaican. We just
so
don't
y'all
like
don't
the
like
whole
anybody.
Caribbean. We don't like anybody. I don't believe that. I don't want you to believe that. So no.
Okay, I just have to clarify. Okay.
No, that's not true. Okay, so what is the language or dialect of St. Lucia?
So it's a mixture of like its own like it's like Creole in a way. Like it's like a Creole patois. Like Haitians and Lucians can talk to each other depending on how good it is. Like some Lucians can understand some of what a French person speaks. So it's more so on the French side. I don't want to say it's completely Creole, but it's like Creole and like our own local patois put together. So like French based, I should say.
So it's like
Oh, we
French
got
the
Lucian.
actual.
Oh, my son. Oh, we got another one in here. I'm
Wait,
sorry. Go
so
ahead.
is French the dominant language, or is it English, or like what is it?
It's honestly neither one is really dominant because you can go down there as a local and like most everybody's speaking like English, but it has like their own slang or accent to it. It's not just straight Creole. For example, like if you go to Haiti, I've never been there, but I would assume if you go to Haiti, they're just speaking straight Creole. For example. So yeah, nigga said I made it. I'm dead.
I made it. I'm so done. All right. So for you, what is your definition of culture? Like I know I see you going out there and feting and like winding up and doing your thing. So what is your definition of St. Lucian culture?
I can't really speak for them, but like for me, it's just like having a good time, positivity. Like honestly, I feel like it's just having a good time and being positive and just enjoying life.
Yeah.
Honestly, and spreading good vibes. To be honest, because whenever I'm there, that's the only vibe I get. If you listen to soca, that's like the only vibe that you get the same way. So that's what I think it means. Just like positivity, good vibes, good health, love, acceptance, stuff like that. Yeah, that's how I feel.
So that's the definition of St. Lucian culture, just like love and.
Yeah, there's nothing like there would be nothing else. Yeah, that's it. Honestly, yeah, it's probably like straightforward to the point, but that's what I think it is. Yeah, for me at least.
I mean, that's what you mean.
Yeah, so that's what I think it is.
All right. So this is my favorite section. I know I struggled with this growing up, like finding my identity and even claiming myself as Jamaican American. So for you, what were some of the misconceptions and stereotypes that you've heard growing up about St. Lucians or being St. Lucian?
I didn't have that issue. The issue I had was St. Lucia is such a small island. Like I didn't hear anything. Period. Like I didn't hear no misconceptions. There's just nothing to hear. So it's like I could only go based off of like what my parents say, or like what I might hear in a song. But like even today, meeting another Lucian is like a big deal. Like oh my gosh, like you might be my best friend from somewhere. Like because it's just so small. So I feel like the problem is like just being, how can I put it? That's the problem as far as like, meeting more people from where you're from and experiencing different situations. Like for example, when I was in my relationship or whatever, I was damn near more Jamaican than St. Lucian because I knew no St. Lucians. All I knew was Jamaicans.
Oh, wow.
Literally, like, I can make how many Jamaican dishes? I cannot make a Lucian dish to save my life.
Yeah.
I swear. Because
so
it's just like go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say, so basically it's like the lack of representation or like people knowing, because I really didn't. I knew St. Lucia was a place, of course, but it's like I don't feel like you guys get. Of course, being from like the islands, I know it exists, but it's like it doesn't get a lot of representation like how Jamaica and like Trinidad and like Barbados would get that type of exposure like to soca. Like, we don't really hear about St. Lucia.
We didn't only start like getting like popularity until the last 4 or 5 years, honestly. Now people know where St. Lucia is. Now you have people claiming St. Lucia. Before, nobody was claiming it, so you didn't know who was and who wasn't. Like now, it's like, oh, I thought you was from Trinidad, bro. Since when you was St. Lucia?
Right.
Like, everybody's St. Lucian now. So like now you have people claiming, you have more people coming out. There's more popularity. So like you have more, like more of St. Lucia is coming out to the world because it's becoming popular. Versus at the time it was kind of like, that's not really cool. So like people was gonna hush about it, or you just didn't hear much of the music in the States, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's more.
So then for you, like, so that I was gonna say for you, like, how did you start, or when did you start actually claiming it? Because I'm sure, like, this, you've been St. Lucian since day one, since birth. So it's like, did you ever, did you ever say like, I'm just American, like I'm not repping that? Or are you like, I'm still gonna rep my country even though it doesn't get any representation from like the mainstream media or people?
I mean, I never really claim being American. I mean, I am obviously from birth, but I never told people like, oh, I'm American. Like, nah, never. So my issue was like Jamaicans have such a strong influence. Like, I know y'all influence is crazy.
We do.
So like,
Bob Marley, Marcus Garvey.
It doesn't make any type of sense. Like,
yeah, I'm sorry.
Yo, it don't make any type of sense.
We came and we took over.
Unfortunately, but it's alright though, cause like everybody else is starting to get on their shit now. The music is getting, like we're not gonna go there right now. But damn, I lost my chain of thought. But I was always claiming St. Lucia, honestly. Like I'd be that one person in the party with my flag, like trying to tell people we out here, whatever the case be. But they just look at me like, yo, who is this guy? Like, who invited him? Like, why is he here? But I was claiming St. Lucia, to be honest. I never really claimed being your question a little bit. But just bring me back full circle from ever going the opposite way. I definitely did.
So now that we're on the topic of like, what happened? The comments?
Wait, say it again. You broke up? Say it again. You broke up?
No, I was gonna ask you the next question. My internet is like, I don't know what's going on with it, but we're gonna keep going. Since we're on the topic of like, your culture and family, does your family ever like tell you to or encourage you to rep St. Lucia?
Nah, I feel like it's like, it's like, I feel like it's like automatic. Like you should already know to rep it. Like that's just not even a discussion at hand. It's just like, yo, that's where you from. You should rep it until you die. Like you should be ready to die for that, honestly. Like my parents never told me to say where you from or play music or whatever. It's just that sense of pride that's almost like in you from like birth. Like no one has to tell you to. No one has to tell you to do that. Honestly, like a Jamaican, no one can ever tell a Jamaican to rep themselves. They're gonna do that as they come out the womb. They have a flag, busting shots and whatnot. So it's like, nah, no one ever had to tell me that, to be honest. Which is a good thing because that's not really a good look, honestly.
But I feel like sometimes parents, they could be like, or even family members, they could be like, you're born in America, rep that. Like you don't have any claims to the native land because you were born there. And I heard that a lot growing up. It's like,
never. That's wicked.
That is wicked. It is wicked. And it's like you have to constantly fight. And I'm like, why do I have to do this with you? Why?
Yo, I've never heard that before ever in my life.
Really?
That's the first. That's crazy. Unless like those family members aren't that much into their culture, which would make sense why they want their kids to claim American culture because that's what they know. In a sense, but I feel like if you have like super West Indian parents, like they're gonna be like, "Why are you repping America for it? What are you doing? Like, you bringing a Yankee in my house, an American in my house? Like, what? That's a whole other
yeah." But I mean, like I said, I heard that a lot. Like even with myself, it's always like you were born the Yankee, don't rep it, and it's like, but why? Like, I came from two Jamaican-ass parents.
Exactly.
Grew up in a Jamaican-ass household. So it's how can I not? But, that's that. People have their own opinion.
I mean, maybe, I don't know, because, like, I'm half Lucian, half Trini, so, like, I never really, like, I never heard that before, ever, honestly. But,
really?
I don't know, I guess.
New perspective.
Exactly.
So for you, what were did you have any challenges growing up, like, and trying to find your identity? Like, what is some of the things that you struggled with? Like, maybe at school, certain words you pronounce, or the way you dress? I don't know.
Nah, I mean, trouble finding my identity as a Lucian or overall, you mean?
As a Lucian, yeah. particularly?
I didn't have trouble with it. Like when I was younger, I didn't really see the need to find like my Lucian identity. Like it wasn't really a big thing to me. Like I was like, whatever. Like I don't really care right now. It wasn't until like I started getting older and I saw like the importance of like knowing where you're from and whatnot. Which is when like, all right, I just go on YouTube, start looking up soca mixes and soca songs and whatnot,
Oh, wow.
and then I like over time it eventually started like chiseling, and then now
Yeah.
I can't wake up without playing a soca song.
I feel that.
Yeah, I didn't really. I feel like most kids, when they're at a young age, probably have trouble finding their like West Indian identity because they don't even understand probably what it is in a sense anyway. So like, how can you find something you don't even understand? You know what I mean?
I agree. And then growing up here too, I was gonna say growing up here too. There's so many different people. It's like, where do I fit in? Who do I fit in with?
I mean, that could probably be an issue because it's like, for example, when being in St. Lucia when I was younger, like I had one friend in my elementary school. And thank God, because other than that, everybody was either African American or Jamaican. So it was like, I would have had to like fit in with the Jamaicans. Like, yo, I eat stew chicken too. Like, let's be bros.
Right.
Like, I like jerk chicken too. Like, so I feel like that could be an issue. Like, as a kid, is like, if your island isn't popping, or if like you don't have too many people from your island at your school, you might just have to like, join where you fit in.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Basically, hop on the bandwagon.
What happened?
Yeah.
You know what? Let me tuck my necklace right now because I'm claiming St. Lucia with Jamaican beads. Let me tuck that.
It's all right. See,
that's not a good look.
You can't hide.
That's not a good look. That's not a good look.
It's all right. I mean, I was gonna say that's like hopping on the bandwagon of like being something else. I know for me, like I was claiming like Puerto Rican, like half Puerto Rican, like stupid shit at one point. It wasn't for long, because when my Jamaican ass parents came to school, it's like, bitch,
you're like you capping.
Yeah, but that was for like a year or so, and I'm like, because you used to get your little perms and stuff, you can switch it up, but it's like,
well, true. Take Dominican real quick.
Exactly. I'm like, why am I faking to be something else I'm not? But that was just for like a year. Whatever.
One time.
One time, right? So I love asking this question too. Like, it seems like assimilation wasn't like an issue for you, but I know you're in the workforce, like you're out here as a Black man. People see you when you walk in the room, you're a Black man. They don't know what you are. They don't know if you're from St. Lucia, what island. So has your family ever talked about racism with you? And like, what are those conversations like?
We have, but it's just like, at this point, it's like, there's nothing, like, I feel like the topic of racism, like, what can you say? Like, there's nothing else to say about it. Like, it's not fair. There's no equality. Like, it's set up against us. Like, they was just like, yo, just be careful when you go outside. Like, I went when I was growing my hair, and I cut my hair because I work at BMW, which is full of white people. So it was like, I didn't want to, I'm talking like, oh, look at this nigger with his like, nappy hair, whatever.
Yeah.
So I cut my hair, and then when I came back to work the next day, my manager was like, yo, I really like your haircut. I'm like, wow. So you didn't.
When I have my hair, yeah.
You wasn't fucking with it. Wow, that's crazy. That's good to know. But I mean, I never really had. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying that's definitely a thing. I was reading an article about that too, like how we have to like appease white people through our hair, like our appearance.
Exactly. And it's like, it's not fair, but it's like, I mean, like, what can we do? Like, unfortunately, like, we kind of work for them in a sense, you know what I mean? Like, they're our boss. So it's like, we can only do but so much within that box. But we always have conversations about, like, being a Black man and, just say yes and don't give an attitude, don't drive fast.
Oh, wow.
I can't get, like, my family, they won't allow me to get tints on my car, period, because I'm a fast driver, and if you put tint in that mix, it's just a bad situation. So there's always like situations like that. Just be careful when you're on the road. Before the cops even get there, have your wallet and your ID out. Don't even reach for anything. Bring all the windows down. Like constant, just reiterations of the same thing, because there's not much to really say. Because like I feel like we didn't spoke about it all like years ago as like a race in a sense, not really the family thing.
So you said you don't really discuss them with your family. It's really like just overall.
Yeah, because it's just like, it's the same thing. Like, every so often, it's like, yo, they killed somebody else. Yo, put your hands up. Don't resist. Oh, like, it's just the same situation going on over and over and over again. So at this point, it's like, yo, we spoke about that last week. Like, what are we really talking about? So, yeah, we don't really talk about racism that much, honestly.
So you just
We
kind of go out
do.
into the world.
Wait, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was saying, so you just kind of go out into the world and you're like, I already know, like, these things that my parents have put in my mind or whatever, and just like, I have to show up, play the part.
Right.
And
Exactly. Like, yeah, because I already know the drill from like how long ago. Like, they don't got to tell me anymore because I can see it outside for myself. Like, it's like self-explanatory at this point.
yeah, man, that's hard though. And it's so tough to, the fact that like we have to have these conversations and live these realities, no matter what island you're from, no matter what,
Yo, it makes
whatever you're
no
saying,
sense. It makes no
it
sense.
does.
Honestly, I don't even think it's. I mean, it's a race thing as well, but I feel like it's just a authority thing because you have black cops doing the same thing to black people, so it's not
Absolutely.
necessarily 100% a white thing in a sense. It's like they just
Yeah.
have no consequences of their actions. So it's like if niggas is not gonna tell me what to do if I do something bad, I'm gonna do whatever. Honestly, that's like I'm not gonna say human nature, but it's like anybody would do whatever they wanted to do if they have no consequences. As a teenager, if you could come home at 5 o'clock in the morning at 15, you're gonna do it. If you're not gonna get a beat, like come on. So
Exactly.
I feel like it's more so just an authority thing and like a consequence situation that they have to fix at some point. Maybe they probably won't though, but
We'll see.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
We'll see. All right, since I already know this about you, like, you know, being on your Instagram and stuff like that, a lot of people don't have you on Instagram who are in this live. So have you, or when you visit St. Lucia, like, what's the experience like for you? Or actually, when was the first time that you went and you were like, oh, I love it, or I hate it, or just like, what was your feeling of being there?
So how about this? So as a kid, I'd go to St. Lucia like all the time, right? And then when I got older, I stopped going. And your cousin would always tell me, traveling is important. It's important. I'm like, yeah, whatever. But like, I wasn't matured yet in that sense, so I didn't really see the magnitude of going back home. But she go back home. I'm just like, whatever. Like, I'm chilling here in America. My friends is here. So I finally went back to St. Lucia for Carnival, my first time in like 12 years.
Damn.
Yeah, it was crazy.
What year was that? What year was it?
2018 was the first year I went back, and I want to move there. Like, it was amazing. Like, I was like, I've been missing this my whole life. Like, I don't understand why I couldn't understand why it's important to go back home. Like, it's like I feel like that's where I belong versus here. Like, when I come back here, it's like, yo, I really don't belong here. Like, I shouldn't be living here. Like, my home is over there. Like, I can walk down and like not be scared to get pulled over by the cops or something like that back home. Like, the energy is just different. Mind you, I'm a foreigner, like super foreign, but it's like I still feel like I belong over there versus here.
I mean, your spirit, there's something about it. That's how I feel when I go to Jamaica. So I'm like, yo, do I have to go back to the United States? Like, really?
Yo, I almost cried. I went in March. It just passed. I almost cried coming back. Like, I was literally depressed. I'm like, I don't like. If Trump was to deport me back to St. Lucia, I have no problem, bro. Out of there. Like, yo, just kick me out, bro. I'm gone. I'm an immigrant. I'm an alien. Whatever. Like, you can get me out of here. Like, I have no issue. Like, but yeah.
I love that you like want to be there. You don't really care about staying here. Like, so what is the economy like down there? Because I know for most small islands, people leave because they need work. Or like they'll come here for 6 months work and then go back home. Right. So what is the economy like out there that I can survive?
The economy isn't right. It's not bad. Like, it's pretty strong. I think like one US dollar over there is only like $2 and like 95 cents or something like that. It's nothing crazy. But the economy is pretty strong over there. But like most islands, it's a tourist based economy. So like that's what we strive off of and things like that. So without that, the island is pretty, like, it's struggling, to be honest. But, I mean, you can find jobs. Like, even if you didn't get a good job, like, you can still have a decent life and be comfortable, you know what I mean? So, like, that's why I have no problem moving over there. I'll open a little shop. I'll sell some bread, something
like
my done with. I'll have an Instagram page for my bread shop, whatever, and I'll be, like, chilling because like, there's ways to, like, make money down there. Once you have the mindset, like, you'll be good.
Entrepreneur.
Exactly. But even if, like, and it's moving forward, like, I guess because of tourism, but they're building like all type of like, for example, hotels, gas stations, like solar farms and stuff like that. So like the jobs are coming. It's just that's like when, in a sense.
Mhm.
But yeah,
So you can survive out there. You're like, I have no problem. Like, I'll make it no matter what.
I'll find a way. I'll
I
rent
respect
jet
that.
skis on the beach. I'll do something
Right.
but
Yeah.
definitely like I find a way. Yeah, for a fact.
Because that always saddens me how, like, a lot of our families have to leave the islands. Then again, we're not there. We don't live their struggles. But it's like,
Right.
to each
Right.
his own. It just saddens me that people leave such, like, I would hope a peaceful place and to come here and then you work until you're like 70, 65,
Right.
70, whatever. And you're just tired and you're like, I wasted my entire life working for
Just
somebody
working.
else. And
Right.
yeah.
That's what I hate. Is like the only reason why I think I live in the U.S. is for opportunity. Like if we had the same or equal opportunities I wouldn't be here. Like I'd be on my porch and we'd be on FaceTime or whatever talking. Like I would not be here if I could make the same money that I can make in the Caribbean. But it's just like to that extent, it's like really hard. Like you have to. I don't know. But yeah. I wish I could make the same amount of money, honestly, or opportunity, to be honest.
I mean, we'll figure it out.
I mean, of course.
So being that you've been to St. Lucia and then you're here, do you and your family practice any traditions like that you've grown up on that you could tell us about? Because like I said, I don't really know about St. Lucian culture, so is there anything that you can put me onto or let us know?
Tradition. I mean, I know we have like certain holidays like June and Creole, which is like the super French holiday where like they wear like all the quilted like gowns and like with all different type of colors and like they drink like the real French food like the cocoa tea and all. I'm not really in that part yet because that's like deep rooted St. Lucian shit. Like I'm not that far in the spectrum, but I know June and Creole is like is something big and like even if you're not in St. Lucia, some St. Lucian households still celebrate that holiday in the U.S. as well.
Okay, and when is that generally?
That's around like fall. It's around fall, to be honest.
Okay.
It's around fall, yeah. And it's like it's dope. Like it's like you should just come to St. Lucia one day, bro. Just come. Like this, we're lit now. Like we're popular now. You know, like this, you should just pull up at this point, to be honest. But
I will.
Other than that, that's it. Honestly, between like soca, in the holiday seasons, what is it called? It's a certain type of music. Oh my gosh! Wow, now I can't remember. Brittany, if you in here, what's that music that they play during the Christmas time?
Who can help us out? Who can help us out here?
She's down there. She was clapping unless she loved. Damn. It's a specific genre of music during the Christmas holiday that they play. And like it's like it evokes almost like what St. Lucia really is. Oh, parang. There we go.
Parang.
There we go. So,
I've heard of that, but what does that mean? What does parang mean? So
I take it as it's like what at least for me in St. Lucia, it's like St. Lucian. Damn. What do we call Christmas music? Holiday? Like what do we call Christmas music in the U.S.?
Holiday music?
Well, okay, so that's I guess in St. Lucia that's like our holiday music in a sense. Like that's our like jingle bells and stuff like that. Like, you know when you hear that somebody have a rum punch, somebody's grandma is dancing, some old lady in the hallway dancing or whatever, like that's our, and you only hear it during holiday season.
Okay, she said it's Christmas music with our influence from our Spanish community. Okay, all right, cool. Thank you guys. I'm learning.
Yeah. She's like Googled. Yeah, she's cool.
That's what's up. Okay, I'm learning. So what's a fun fact that you can tell most people about St. Lucia? Like one fun fact.
I mean, a fun fact. I know. I want to say two because of the two mountains, but we have a lot.
All right, give me two.
No. So I want to say. So it's called the Pitons, right? There's these two tall mountains, and I want to say they're both volcanoes, but I know we have at least one active volcano.
Okay.
In St. Lucia. And it's like they have like the hot springs and stuff like that, and it's like really dope. Like it's beautiful. Like I saw it the first time in March, and it was like breathtaking. Like I felt like it was touching my soul. Like it was crazy. So there's that. We also have like we have like I don't want to say the wrong number, but it's like at least like 10 different types of potatoes, like purple and all kind of crazy colors. Like it's really
shit.
wild. And then we also have like the biggest market in the Caribbean. Like, you know, local market where you can go and get vegetables and
Yeah.
ground provisions and whatnot. Yeah, we have like the biggest ones with like the most variety. And you can fact check it too. That's facts. Yeah.
No, I believe you.
Which I didn't even know. You know how I found out? I was watching a special on Netflix and it was in St. Lucia. And he's like, yeah, like we have like the biggest variety in Caribbean markets in the world. I was like, wow, I didn't even know that.
So that's like fruits, veggies, everything.
Fruits,
like,
veggies, everything. Like different variations of that one fruit. Like it's crazy. So it's not just apples, pineapples, and whatever. It's like 4 different types of apples, 17 different types of pineapples. Like legit. It sounds crazy, but like it's legit.
That's really exotic. That's some exotic shit. Like I need now. I definitely need some to try all these different things. And I know St. Lucia is known for like fetes and stuff because I always see you going there. Like, is it there that you go, or do you go somewhere else? I don't know.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Is it St. Lucia that you go to for like the fete and stuff, or you go somewhere else?
No, so like I mean, when I go to St. Lucia, it's for carnival season. So like that's when it's the biggest. So other than carnival season, like you have your little 1-2, you know, boat parties, your little fetes here and there, but like like real fete time is it's in July. So like I think they moved the dates now, so it's between like I want to say like the 15th to like the 22nd of July, and then pretty much you just party obviously like Monday all the way into next Monday.
That's exhausting.
No, yeah, it is. I thought I could have done it because I party every day, but when I went down for the first time and I did like 2 or 3 fetes every day from Monday to Monday, I thought I was gonna die. Like I'd never been that tired in my life ever. Like I was crying.
I mean, your waistline, your back is hurting at this point. Like
everything. Like I got cuts. I'm hungover like every single day, and I'm drinking that day too. Like
that is too much, man.
It's fun, but it's not fun. Like, but now I learned to pace myself. Like I know I gotta like relax. I can't go too hard if I have a big fete coming up. Like later that day, I can't drink too much if I have a big fete. Like so, I gotta like.
So you learn, you pace yourself. You learn now. There's levels to it.
Oh, now I know, but at the time I was just going ham and drinking ham the whole time. So now I know going back, relax, drink a little bit here, and do the most over there. So yeah.
Okay. I mean, that's a tip for everybody. So thank you. Now I know that too. When I go, I won't go.
Yeah, have you gone to a fete? Like, yo, Jamaica, y'all just be so. Have you been to a fete before?
Yeah, I've been to a fete before. I mean, not like out the country, but like New York fete, like.
Not, they're good. What do you mean? They're good.
Like,
they're
I
really
guess
good.
I feel like I want to be in an island to like really fete, like.
Okay, of course. You get the full experience, like
the full real experience. Right. Yeah, but yeah, I party a lot. Too much sometimes.
That's because like sometimes Jamaica's like, oh, I don't know no soca songs. I don't know what a fete is. What's feet? Like y'all just be talking real crazy. Like y'all don't be like, y'all just be.
I mean, we definitely know what a fete is. Let's not do that. We know what a fete is.
No, I'm not even capping. Yo, I put it on my sisters.
What Jamaicans you hanging out with that don't know what a fete is? I feel like that's sad.
Yo,
we are not that self-absorbed, but we don't know what a fete is. That's terrible.
Okay, y'all probably have an idea. Like I see a bunch of people jumping on soca, but it's like, you know what? I can't speak for all. I can't speak for everybody, so let me not say that. I'll take it back. I can't speak for the majority.
All right, we're gonna move on to your artistry or your entrepreneurship. So, as an entrepreneur, how does your work or your vision does it reflect your culture, or like would you like it to reflect your culture in the future?
So
or if it doesn't, then
I know like when I plan on opening a couple of businesses. So I know like when I go to St. Lucia, you walk into like, you know, a supermarket, whatever, you hear like soca, you hear Caribbean music. So it's like I want to bring that aspect when I open my business. You inside, like you hearing soca, you hearing dancehall. You're not just hearing hip hop and like Z100 all day. So that's the aspect I want to bring when I open my businesses, is to have that culture in it. So like, even if you don't know what soca is, if you in my business, you might hear like, you know, split in the middle of something like that, and you might get that experience and that knowledge and walk out like, yo, I just learned a song today.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So how does like your, I guess, your artistry, your entrepreneurship keep you connected to your culture? I know you just said like through music and stuff, but how else does it keep you connected to it?
Honestly, I feel like that's the only like I don't have any other way that keeps me connected to it other than me just loving to party. Honestly, like it's like became a part of who I am. Like I can't
Yeah.
I can't not play like soca music ever. Like I can't wake up and not play. Like if I'm in the car, if I'm walking somewhere, if I'm in the shower, like I just cannot like I don't know, like it's an issue, but like yeah, I'm deeply connected because of my love for soca. Whether it's like from Grenada, Trinidad, Guyana, Antigua,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be, it's just always gonna be around because I just have such a love for it. And even my friends, I be putting them on too. So like if I'm not playing it, they playing it. So it's just like it's always gonna be around at some point. At least
Yeah.
to me. I hope I
So do
answered
you
your
feel
question.
like, no, so I was gonna ask you, do you feel like soca will ever be something that's like mainstream, or do you hope it'll be mainstream?
Yo, I
The
don't know,
US,
but
because I
like
know Afrobeats is now mainstream. I think things are like taking their little inches and coming along,
right.
but for soca, it's always been around. Do you feel like it's something that will progress to that level?
Honestly, I really don't know, to be honest. It would be dope to see like, them
Mhm.
put that in the like nominated in the Grammys or whatever the case may be. But
Right.
I don't see it happening anytime because like even certain Jamaican songs they categorize it as like world music. It's like bro,
Or
it's
hip hop.
dance hall.
Yeah,
Like
or reggae. I'm like, can we differentiate reggae and dancehall because it's two different things.
and yo,
Reggae and
people really
dancehall is
don't
not
know
the
that.
same.
They
They're not the
really
same.
don't know that.
It's not the same.
Like one is talking about skin out your hole, kill bad mind, and the other one's like, yo, blessed, love, peace, or whatever.
Culture, yeah, like don't.
Yo, people really don't know the difference, but I don't see soca going mainstream. Honestly, I really don't. It would be nice. At what point it was when you had split in the middle, like you couldn't go nowhere without hearing that song, like college, even the radio sometimes. But like other than that, I don't know. Honestly, it's
Yeah,
gonna take a long time. As strong as
it
Carnival
will.
is, I don't even see it happening even with Carnival. Because Carnival's like a multi-million-dollar industry, and it's still not
Mm-hmm.
mainstream. That don't make no sense to me at all. So,
I mean, we have to think about the U.S. is. I guess you don't want to like focus on just one group of people. So there's so many different people within the U.S. And of course, I feel like white culture is dominant. So of course, if they're not with it, it's not going to be pushed to everybody else.
yeah, but it's like almost, I don't say almost every state, but like how many states in the U.S. all have Carnival? So it's like, how is this thing not mainstream if like all of these states have their own Carnival? Like Miami.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think Vegas has it, California has it, New York has it. Um,
Boston.
Jersey,
I just learned Boston has it too. I was like, what?
Atlanta has it too. Like
Oh, oh yeah.
all these places have it. And it's not mainstream. Like I don't get it. Even in London, they have carnival, and that's
True.
like a really big carnival over there. So like,
Yeah.
I don't understand how. Like it doesn't make sense, honestly.
I mean, the masses, whoever's leading the, I guess, culture, that's what they appease to. But whatever. We
I
still know
mean,
about it. That's the most important thing.
right? Exactly. Like the whole world doesn't really have to know about it. It's fine.
No, they don't. Because they don't. We don't
It
need
would
them
be
to
nice though.
whitewash it. No, but we don't need them to whitewash it. We good. We're good. We don't need that.
It would be nice over yeah.
It would be. So, do you have any future plans for St. Lucia? I know you mentioned building as a company, like having more, I guess,
Um,
resources when it comes to like people knowing about the culture more through music. So, do you have any future plans for St. Lucia?
I mean, I have future plans as far as like going over there and like building and like creating a name for myself. As far as like real estate stuff like that, like because like I don't want to like the sad thing is like I feel like people come over here and they build their name in the U.S. and go back home
Yes.
and like they're nobody, like nobody knows who you are because you put your whole life in the U.S. So like I kind of want to do either like equally or like the opposite because like I want to move back there or be able to come back there and be even more comfortable there than I am here. So
Okay.
like my future plans for St. Lucia is like, if I can open like restaurants, bars, you know, villas or whatever the case may be to like build my name and like stature over there. So that's my goal. That's my plan, honestly.
That's definitely possible. I think you just gotta have a game plan and know people, which I'm sure you know people who can help you out.
Right, of course. I mean, yeah, because like I feel like once you, my thing is like I feel like everybody should go back home and invest. Like niggas be out here spending money on
Yes.
designer shit all day. Like bro, if you didn't buy designer
Yes.
shit for a year, you can go back
Oh
home and
my
buy
god.
some land. Like you could buy some land
That's
for like
it.
5 to 10 G's, yo, and you own a piece of where you from.
For
Like
real.
you can be like, yo, that's my land. Like get off my property, I'm gonna shoot you.
Yup.
Like I don't know, son. But yeah, that's definitely something I plan on doing. Like going back and like buying land. I'm not gonna be a farmer with chickens and goats and whatnot. That's a bit
What?
much.
Don't shade them. You make a lot of money too.
Nah, I'm not shaming them, but I don't want niggas like yo, like chickens and goats and whatnot. It's just not me. Like I can't. I'm not gonna be a farmer and such. I can't.
Okay.
I'm gonna fail. But like definitely want to go back and like buy land and like open like businesses and things like that for sure. For sure.
Yeah. That's
What
a
up,
great
Mark?
plan. I always thought about like investing too in Jamaica. Like I realized a lot of people leave and they're like, I don't want nothing to do with it no more. Like
Don't make
then
me
again,
sad.
a lot of people, but you have to remember, a lot of people left. They leave certain places because of like maybe they were abused or like it was just hard for them, so they don't want to think about it. They just like, yeah, I was born there, but I don't want nothing else to do with it, which still makes me sad. So
Right. I
I'm
mean,
glad to see. Go ahead.
nah. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but it's just like I still don't understand. I understand, I get it, but it's like, yo, like, how could you not want to go back to where you're from? Like, your roots is from there. Like, whether it's
Yeah.
from like the Caribbean or like the South, like, yo, that's where you're from. Why would you not want to go
Yeah.
back? Like, I know a girl. She has a piece of land in Dominica, and she's about to sell it. I'm like, yo, sell that to me. Like, I'll take that. You're bugging. Like, don't. She's gonna people, but everybody's different situations,
Yeah.
perspective. So I can't blame people. It is what it
Yeah.
is.
All you gotta do is think about yourself. Like, unfortunately, that is really selfish, but it's like, I have a legacy to build here, and if you want to go back home, I encourage you to do that. Like, I encourage anybody to
No,
go back home
bro.
and build that.
The way they shooting people over here, nah,
Facts. Yeah.
no way. I want to be able to
I'm
pick
good.
up my stuff and just go over there at any given
I'm
point
out.
because because they killing people way too much over here. I'm good. I'm alright.
Yeah, for real.
I'm chilling.
So just for a closing out question, before we get to everybody else to ask questions and stuff, what's one important thing that you've learned as a first generationer that you can tell or share with the rest of us?
One important thing that my first generation. Okay, so my whole philosophy, my personal philosophy is just like always have a plan B. Like don't ever, for example, like in terms of like income, right? Don't ever just have one job, but this is the only job you get, and this is the only money you're gonna be getting. Like don't ever do that. That's all my thing is like, yo, like have something else on the side, have something else, in the works, so that way you're just not depending on one source for anything at all. Even if it's like housing, like boom, I have a house in the Caribbean, if some crazy shit happened, I can always boom run right back over there, and I'm chilling. So like never have just one plan ever. Like you always want to be 3 steps ahead of like anything you want to do, and that's just like, and that's how I move on a daily basis, to be honest, or try to at least.
No, that's a good lesson. Like we said already, people leave the country, they come to the U.S. or Canada or wherever else they go, and they're like, all right, that's it. I'm good here. I'm not going back home. So I'm glad that you're like, yo, look back, like know where you're coming from, and
no, for real, you always gotta know where you come from. Eat like whether it's like you live in New York and your family's from like Memphis or whatever, you still always gotta know where you're from. Always.
True.
Always.
That's true.
So like I feel like you can't go forward if you don't like. It's like I don't know. I guess, but yeah, that's my thing. That's how I feel. I don't want to go on a tangent and just go on a.
No, thank you. That was a great answer. That was a great answer. So I'm looking through the comments now. Do you guys have any questions? Like we are going to answer any questions that you have for Ross, of course.
Any.
Let's
There's
see.
3 people in
Do
there.
you see any questions? Like maybe at the top that we missed?
Nah, they were commenting, but I guess we were talking and like we weren't
Yeah.
responding back. I guess.
Okay, let's see. So like I said, guys, you can ask any questions you want about St. Lucia, Ross, like his plans, like giving back.
Anything at all.
Anything.
Oh, I do want to get back to, like, I do want to open a charity over there and like be able to like give like school supplies to kids and stuff like that. Like as much money comes into the island, there's like so much poverty, it doesn't even make any type of sense. Like I go back to the countryside, I'm surprised that people still live like this. Like still. And you'd have no idea with how much money, like for example, I think last year or the year before, like St. Lucia was like number 3 in like most visited islands or some shit like that. But there's all of this poverty. Like, how is that possible? How y'all top 3? Like, don't make sense.
I was gonna ask you, do you know how the money is allocated then? Like, how is the government really like issuing money? Where are they putting the money?
So I'm probably
Who's pocketing the money too?
They pocket a lot of money, and it's like it just goes like so. All they really care about is building hotels. That's all they care about. Like, for example, Sandals is a Jamaican company, right? We have more hotels. We have more Sandals hotels than Jamaica. Mind you, Jamaica's bigger than St. Lucia, and we have more of your hotels in our island. How does that make sense?
I mean,
what?
I was gonna say like, who's the person making these? I guess these decisions, like, is it St. Lucia? Like, there must be some type of coalition that's making them say, like, okay, yeah, cool. You come in from this island to come to St. Lucia and like take over, basically. Like, who's making these decisions?
But you have like your politicians, your prime ministers, and whatnot. But how like the issue is like, let's say 1 year you have, for example, a Democrat running, and then he'll do whatever, and then you have a Republican come in, undo everything he did, and then start his. So you have like a back and forth, and like things don't really get finished. Like we have a fully state-of-the-art hospital that's not being used. Like they put like millions of dollars into it, and they're not. Wait, what is a fete in it? Wait.
So I guess there are.
She's lying. For real?
No, you can answer. She probably doesn't know. You can answer.
So a fete is like it's similar to I want to say pasta. It's a bit much. It's a party, right? It's a party, and you have your soca. It gets a little crazy. Like there's different variations of a fete. Like you have like a wet fete, a paint and powder fete. Depending on what island, you have like job. It's like where they throw like the black oil on you and they put the horns on. That's when it gets really, really crazy. I don't really go to that side because that's a bit too much.
I don't blame you.
But it's literally just it's like a soca version of like any type of dance hall Jamaican party, to be honest. But it's more so like it's more maybe activities because you have like the paint, the powder, the foam. Like you have like that huge cage people like to like climb on and whine on and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what a fete is, honestly.
Okay. No,
I wasn't trying to play you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to play you. But yeah, that's
no, she said yes for real. Okay, cool. All right, so now we're getting more information. All right.
But yeah, the government is really bad over there. It's really bad.
I feel like that's most small islands. The government is just trash, and they're.
That's true.
Thank you.
Like they have like half finished malls. It's like you can, if you have money, you can go to St. Lucia and buy half finished hotels, because when a politician comes in, he'll stop that hotel from being built, and it just stays there.
Wow.
And it never gets finished. Like you can buy villas, all of that, and continue the project, because every time a politician comes in, it never gets finished.
Somebody asked, "Are you single?"
For me or Yoli? For me?
This is my friend. So she asked
hey friend. Hey friend, how you doing? How you doing? Yeah, I'm single. I'll just be outside though, like,
You be outside. Do you want a man who outside? Do you want a man?
I feel like first, ain't nothing wrong with being outside as long as you just having a good time and you going back inside, Outside. So
you're saying be outside, but like don't be out there with any intentions other than being
No,
outside? Is that
I'll
what
be
you're saying?
outside. I'll be outside to have a good time outside,
Okay,
and then I come back inside. That's why I don't
got
think
it.
there's an issue with that. Like, you want your man to be home all day, like just playing 2K and watching Netflix, like that's boring.
I mean, she asked it. I mean,
No, but then you trying to. What is he?
so she said, "LOL, what does it mean to be outside?" Go ahead.
I feel like we all know what being outside is like. Yo, like it's a Friday. I got paid. You feel me? The vibes is all right. I'm be outside with my girls. We getting some drinks. We might hit a party. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I feel
So
like outside is.
outside means having a good time, being out, like
That's what I feel.
partying,
That's what I
or
think.
just
But I feel
not
like
even just partying, like adventure, whatever you want to do. Having a good
right,
time.
exactly.
Yeah.
But some people feel like outside it means being a hoe or something like that. Not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends on the guy. Like, if the guy just likes to have fun, it doesn't mean he's being a hoe. He just likes to go out and have drinks. Like,
Yeah.
but clearly, women don't think so.
We think differently sometimes, you know.
Y'all don't be
Okay.
outside.
I mean, yeah, I'm outside, but I'm not like always outside. Like, but yeah, I want to have fun. I go outside. So shoot your shot. She said, shoot your shot. No,
Yo,
do
who is
it.
this guy? That guy is funny.
Oh my gosh, you guys are
Never.
hilarious. So anybody has any more questions? We have 8 minutes left, and I definitely want people to ask any questions that they have.
Facts, yo.
So
You should definitely come to St. Lucia. It's lit. If you come for
we
carnival,
will.
it will change your life. It changed my life as a Lucian. So imagine a person that's not Lucian. Like,
Right.
it changed
So
what?
I do have
Go
a
ahead.
question for you. So when is the best time to go to St. Lucia? Like,
Um.
what would you say?
So all right. So honestly, it's literally for carnival. You can come for Christmas too. That's good, but I think Christmas is like wet season. I believe Christmas is wet season. So
Okay.
yeah, but
Like
carnival's like the
rainy.
best time. Yeah, like really rainy, honestly.
Yeah, Jamaica is too. Yeah, what goes?
Well, what goes into planning carnival? That's a
Carnival.
detailed question. Oh,
That's
is there
wow.
traditional Lucian food? So our traditional food is saltfish, and we call it green fig, which is like green bananas. So it's like
Oh,
right,
okay.
and then you boil it pretty much, or like bake and saltfish. So like the
Yeah.
peppers, onions, garlic, and our bakes are like your dumplings in a sense.
Dumpling, the fried dumpling.
So we make it in more so like an oval shape, and then like we cut it open and put the saltfish inside like a sandwich.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So like bacon saltfish, green fig and saltfish. Those are like our main, like our like traditional dishes that we eat over there. But we eat like jerk chicken, stewed chicken, all of that stuff too, and macaroni pie. Like like green plantains exactly. Yo,
Okay.
that's a Lucian down there. He gotta be a Lucian because the vibes. You know the vibes. Think bakes, what? But yeah.
I never had baked. I always have like fried dumpling and festival and like that's what I
I don't
know.
blame you. You need some more.
Huh?
You need some more Lucian friends or Trini friends.
Clearly, I do. I don't have any.
Clearly, yeah, clearly.
Yeah,
But
I don't have any.
somebody said what goes into planning for carnival.
Carnival.
I guess if you're planning on going down for carnival, like you want to find out where like the best parts of St. Lucia is, which is pretty much like the north side, or they call it up north. That's like the. Oh, I'm dead. Nigga said 233rd. But yeah, so if you go to St. Lucia, you want to go up north, on the north side, because that's where like all the tourism is pretty much. Like most of the restaurants, like both of the malls are over there. The supermarkets, like that's where if you're a local, I mean, if you're from New York, you can go over there and walk around, and you'll be perfectly fine.
Okay.
And that's where like all the parties happen. What happened?
Cool. I was gonna ask you. So, are there any like areas people should stay clear of? Like, yo, don't go here, or
not necessarily. No, like it's not on some like, oh, if you go to Jamaica, like don't go to Spanish Town because they might get you over there. It's not really like that. It's like
that's my town. My people. No, it's terrible. I'm sorry. Spanish Town is terrible, but
I'm dead. I didn't even know that. I was just picking the town and the Spanish.
No,
town
my parents on Spanish Town. Yeah.
That's crazy. But this
Yeah.
more so is like, oh, it's about to end. How much time we got left?
We got 5 minutes.
5 minutes. All right. So there's no part in St. Lucia where you can't go. It's more so like I just wouldn't advise anybody to go like in country by yourself, honestly. Like once you pass tourists, like don't go. It doesn't mean something bad's gonna happen, but it's just like there's nothing out there for you to go see unless you're with a local, so it's kind of pointless, honestly. But you can pretty much drive around. Cause like when I went down last year, I drove from the north to the south of the island, and I was by myself, and I was fine. Like niggas ain't run down on me or nothing like that. I was perfectly fine.
Yeah. So when you go out there, do you dress pretty like regular? Like you take off, I don't know, like chains or
Nah,
whatever,
like
watches?
I feel like I'm the same way up here. Like I wear like my ring, my chain, I wear my clothes, whatever the case may be.
Okay.
Like I feel it. Like you can dress how you want to and be perfectly fine, honestly. But if you go to like the Castries market on the wrong day at the wrong time, somebody might snatch something off of you. But the odds of you getting robbed in St. Lucia is like very low, very low.
Okay, it's rare.
But you'll be perfectly fine. Cause like it's very tourist. Like the white people be there more than us, and they be chilling, having a blast, and nobody bothers them.
See, this is why we need to go back. So, point being, if you guys are from an island or wherever, go back home because these white people are taking advantage of your land more than you are. So, get your passports, people, and travel and just, know your history.
Definitely. We should travel a lot more. I'm glad I know to travel now. I'm glad. If COVID wasn't going on, I'd probably be somewhere right now, honestly.
You would be out. You wouldn't be.
Niggas said countryside is for bad man. I'm dead.
Oh my God. He said they might.
Ain't nothing up countryside, bro. There's nothing up there, bro, at all. There's nothing up there.
And where's your from? Where are you from in St. Lucia? Like, what is the name of your town, city, or whatever?
So originally, I'm from Castries, which is like Castries. I'm from country too. I'm from country, like, and the
country.
The country. Like if you go on my story and like
Bucka bush, like you are in the bush.
Yes, like bush. Like you have to come outside and shower outside your house. Like
country. Yeah, you country.
Yeah, but then like people's lives got better, and then they moved to like the tourist side of St. Lucia, which is like up north where I'm talking about. So whenever I go down, that's where I stay. But I always go back to country to say hi to everybody, and I dip out of there.
That's beautiful though. Like you still go back and you're like, all right, now my time is up, but I can't.
Of course, because then if not, they're gonna see me on the gram like, oh, you pulled up, but you ain't come say hi. That's how you feel,
right? Because they will find you. They will be like, so
they will find me like that.
They will find you
like that. So I always pull up, I say hi or whatever, and I dip out because niggas be lurking. They see a foreigner out there, they be lurking. So for a fact.
But thank you for joining and thank you for being a part of this. Like, this is amazing. I learned.
I'm surprised you remember.
What happened?
I'm surprised you remember because we spoke about this like how long then COVID happened and then all kinds of stuff happened.
My memory is good. My memory is
like
good.
An elephant heard.
Yeah, my memory is pretty good. Like, and I have a list of people so I know who I'm supposed to reach out to. But thank you so much.
Of course, I appreciate you for having me. Thank you.
Right.
I appreciate it. All right.
I'll definitely talk to you again later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.